Yeah, so just do the first couple of movements, right? So we've got to there, goes to there, pulls through, turns up, comes through. Right? So we've got like stances, a few little movements, and then basically if you do the next bit, you just repeat. You know, so it goes the same on the other side. Okay? So, so it's not a form like practice, you know, because I'm not from that kind of Goju lineage. I have done it as part of like the Kata judging thing. I've walked through it a few times just so I understand what I'm looking for, but it's not one I've ever spent a great deal of my time practicing. So myself and Becky were playing with it. You know what I mean? So there's kind of just like, okay, so how would we maybe use this? And we came up with a few different bits and pieces, but eventually we came up with a drill. So it's just applying the process, right? So you've got the first thing, all right? So you are there at a 45-degree angle, you know, in the stances. So the angles are significant. The stance is dropped. You know what I mean? So I'm dropping my weight down there, you know, which seems to be significant. I've got both arms coming up. You know what I mean? So when I see this, I think that looks like a cover to me. But then I've got this bit, both arms coming down there, so what kind of cover would lead to that? And that's kind of the thought process. Goes down right. If I've got my arm up, you know, I'm talking, he pulls that arm down and he goes to smash me with the backhand. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, so I'm doing, if we reverse roles, if Christopher's doing his best there to keep me calm, what I'm going to do is this. You know what I mean? When I decide I'm going to go, I pull his arm down from there and I get him with my shot to clear the path. So if that arm does get grabbed, what I want to do is be over here. You know what I mean? The first thing I want to do is I want to take this angle. So I want to be, same old rule, you move towards what you know and away from what you don't. I want to be at 45 degrees, which will mean I'm as far away from that backhand as I possibly can be. What I also want to do is that potential shot comes in, if you let you grab the wrist there, is I want to bring my hands up the cover. You know what I mean? So as well as turning his arm from there, I'm just moving off that side. So he shots, that's what I'm doing on the first one. Is everyone kind of okay with that as a beginner, and then we can play with it some more? Obviously the catering gets men all lovely and pretty. You know, but if you just think of it like, oh, there's a big opening here, and get away from it. Is everyone okay with that? And I'm kind of taking my 45-degree position as I do it. And the stance is, I'm not doing this, you know, because my head's still the same height. So just always got towards me. You know what I mean? That's it. You know, I'm kind of dropping down and under all at once. Is everyone okay with that? So I'm angling, I'm dropping, and I'm covering. Everyone okay with that little go? This kind of position is we move off that line, arms come up and we cover. The next thing we've got, of course, is you've got this kind of arms coming down and away. So I would suggest that one of the smart things is just pull. It's always a good idea to pull, because by pulling this forwards, that goes backwards. It's just the way it is. You know, so when I'm there, bang, straight down here at the groin. Well, why not? You know, because it tends to bring him forwards, it bends him, it takes him off balance, and again, even hitting the groin disrupts posture. Right? So again, you know, because you can either view it as I'm blocking two kicks at once, which is a very odd way of looking at it, and I would suggest is about as far removed from reality as it's possible to get. I've got this idea of I'm covering here. You know, as I'm moving off to one side, I grab the arm and I kind of pull through to here. Okay, and then we've got the next little kind of sequence. So I'm pulling, you know, this arm right back, because I want to bring him down and forwards before I do whatever I'm going to do next. Okay, I'll reveal that in a minute. Is everyone okay with that one to there? Okay, so just cover, bang, got the there. If you can extend this arm a little bit, that gives you kind of bar. Do you know what I mean? So again, it gives you that kind of little like, and that in itself gives you safety. But you can't rely on that because it depends how strong he is. You know, the main thing is I've just got my arms up from here. Right, and then from there I'm going whacking into here. Right? What I'm then going to do is I want to bend this arm. Right, you know, so I get it round. So you think like the kata does, you know, when you've got this kind of bit where the hand kind of comes through, for those that know it. And then from there I'm going to grab his head and pull it down. Alright, so then I've got his head. The next one is the hand comes through from there. Right in from here. So you can slap him in the face, you can start raking at eyes, you can start doing all the kinds of cool stuff. And then Christopher gets to play in a second as well. I'll show what I mean in a minute. So the idea is, you know, that my arm. So again, this is not guy walks up in a fight and grabs your wrist stuff. You know, the idea is, you know, either in fight or pre-fight, he's grabbed us and pulled it down. And I thought, you know, I've got to move quickly, right? So when the hand comes there, here. So I've got the control into here with my backhand. Everyone okay with that? And again, in the cutting, sometimes done really nice and sweetly and slowly, but in application, we're always looking for brutal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Everyone alright with that one? And then we'll make it into a little back and forth drill for you as well, and then we can analyse the principles of it. Okay? The knowledge play. So, Chris, take the arm down, I move behind it and kind of get to a safe zone by taking the angle in the cat. Now I'm dropping down a little bit, I've got my arms there. I pull down, hit to the groin, I bend the arm so I can reach the head. If I just try and reach it here, I won't get it. So I bend the arm through, I reach and grab from there. Once I've got it, then the face is mine, I've got the head located. So again, I can strike in from there, I can do that repeatedly, there's all kinds you can do once you've got there. The cat doesn't tell grammar out to suck eggs, you know what I mean? Once you've kind of got that, one of the things you just talked about is the idea of it, you know, in the kata we do it very precise and very exact. When we do the applications, it can flow a bit and get a bit, well, I say adding in the dirt. It should look like a fight box. You know, so you know, one of the things we want to kind of avoid is this kind of too formal. You know what I mean? It's okay to kind of learn it, but then when I want to grab, I want to shock something towards me. This is what I'm after. You know, the way it wants to be performed. So he grabs, he swings a shot, I mean, I hit a grab. Is how it should be performed. You know what I mean? So it's got that realism with it. Then, of course, for flow, right, one of the things we can do is, again, you can't just relax that little bit. The mess is still there, I'm just relaxing the mess. Again, then Chris takes, you know, from there as I step back, I take Chris's arm, I swing a shot, Chris moves in, he hits me, he comes in, he pulls in, he goes back. Okay, he steps away from me. Okay, from there, that's it, he takes my arm and we start the sequence again. You know, so that back and forth. But you can do it with flow and with that little bit of vigour. Is everyone okay with that? So it feels right. And I say it's one of the things I love about kata is you've got that beautiful yin-yang about it. You know, you watch a kata done well, right? You know, you always see people do that, eh? You know, you watch any kata video, it'll be like doing in a Japanese garden with the water. It's beautiful, you know what I mean? Wow, that's a beautiful thing. But there's also that ugliness to it in application. So let's see if we can get a bit of the dirt in, and then we'll talk about the concept of it, okay?